Jesse, what does a quarterback have to keep in mind when you face a group like this?
Well, he's just going to have to be dialed in. He's had a lot of success this year so far. This is a different animal, though, in this defense he's playing. He's got to be really good with his decision-making, throwing it, running it, pre-snap, post-snap. You make one mistake against this defense, David, they make you pay.
Yeah, they're a fun defense to watch, and this is a fun challenge.
Breaks into the open. Oh, what a caught! They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. The Ducks just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Moore will throw. With the catch, it's Moore. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line. The Ducks will have it 1st and 10. Now he's going to break the pocket. He's going to run it. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. 1st and goal for the offense. Was to pass. Pressure coming. He's going for the goal line. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. And after the really good gain on 1st down, they'll try to finish it off on 2nd and goal. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. And the Ducks headed quickly to the line. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
All right, decision time early. I'm just going field goal here. Put some points on the board and pay off this nice opening drive.
And I get that, but I'm going to be a...
Big tight end makes the grab. 1st down, still on his feet. Touchdown, Oregon! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And I like the decision to go for it. I think a lot of people probably thinking this close to the goal line, 4th and goal. They're going to power it in. Nice job. They had this play ready. They go with the pass. Nice throw, nice catch. Huge job and huge execution on 4th down.
So Michigan's offense headed on to the field. Our first look at them today. And for their sake, they better hope they've solved some of the turnover and protection issues that just plagued them in a nightmare of a game last week, Dave.
It was not a good performance. And this offense has got to grow. It's got to get better. And they've got to find some ways to move the football. They've got to throw the football, but we can't turn it over. Just those are the critical mistakes. More games are lost than won. And last week, too many turnovers for this quarterback.
Well, they just had too many negative plays and too many turnovers in that game to win. They believe they've got the dudes offensively to win games so long.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man on the right. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. On 1st down, here comes this offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Wide open, he makes the catch. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Wolverines!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Give to the back. There he goes. And he's got enough for the 1st down. They'll mark it at the 34. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Moore to the air. Pulls it in. It's low. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, running back on the move. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They'll run the option. The pitch. He's knocked out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 44.
And
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule. It makes those third downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from a defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on third down. If you're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
So now it's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Bought a little time, lets it go. Fires to the big fella. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They're down to the 20, 1st and 10. Caught in the backfield, it's Hill. No siree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. These offensive scripts on both sides have been masterpieces as they are going up and down the field in the first. Unleashes one. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. They've got a ways to go on 3rd down from the 24 as this defense tries to force them into a field goal try. Firing to the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks! The offense puts up 6 for that trip to the end zone. The defense just lost track of it. There's no other explanation. I've got to assume they knew he was in an eligible position.
Or it was just ridiculously good scheming on the offense, Reese. I mean, just an unbelievable job of getting your guy wide open.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score. Already down 14-7. Back to throw, it's Underwood. Fires to the tight end. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. The give to the tailback. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Back to pass. Makes the grab. It's Moore. What a cut. Now he's loose. Lots of room to run. Smashes ahead. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play. Looks like he's going to bring it out.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Looking to throw on first down. Under fire. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. One final play before the end of the quarter. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. Finds his man. It's low. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. We've got a good one going here, and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. First play of the period, first down here. Moore will throw. Grabbed over the middle. It's Casper.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume. And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we...
Oh, he's got some space. They get him on the ground at the 37, but give him 15 yards on that chunk play, and they'll move the chains. Might as well give it to him again. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
But right away after picking up the first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing in zone, I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
That'll be enough to give them a first and goal from the 10.
I think to be a good third down offense, guys, you've got to be able to run the football. You're going to come upon these third and short situations multiple times throughout the course of the year, but you've got to be able to get push up front, and it helps when you have a talent like that to turn around and hand the football off to.
Moore to the air. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Gets rid of it. Snagged out of the air. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Running back searching for a hole. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
On third and short, the power run here. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds Water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown. That touchdown was a clinic in keeping your offense on the field and wearing the other defense out.
Sometimes your best defense is your own offense, being able to stay on the field. You're absolutely right, Reese. That was a clinic. Running the ball, playing at great rhythm and pace, QB making good, smart decisions, and not shooting yourselves in the foot. No penalties, no turnovers. It doesn't get any better than that last drive.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup today. SMU rolled to victory today in a game where they not only capitalized on opportunities, they created them. And that's the way this coach wants them to play every week. Going to be interesting to see what the fallout from this one is for one ranked team, while the other figures to get a bounce when the new rankings come out, guys.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Looking to throw, it's Underwood. They're setting up the screen. Down to 2 minutes to play. We'll take the timeout. They'll talk it over. A chance to tie or even take the lead before the break. The Wolverines with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They're looking to throw on 2nd and short. Finds space on the right. Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one. From the 47-yard line on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. Wants to throw again. Throws for the tight end. That's caught. It's Gleescore. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
Man, this quarterback is having himself a day. Over 200 yards in the first half. It was hard enough for Palmer to get over 200 in a game, more or less in the first half.
Got some room headed to the goal line. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, 1st and goal.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
And this offense has a chance to pull even as we get deep in the first half. Defense trying to hold on to the lead. This time stopped in the backfield and finding the sledding a little tougher than on that last run. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to fire. Going for 6. Big fella moving. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. They want to dance their way in on 3rd and goal. Touchdown Wolverines! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Nice job putting a drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the first half. There's still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
Yeah, and this is a staff that has so much confidence in their offense. I like staying aggressive right here, going for 2, taking the lead into halftime, and putting a ton of pressure on the opponent.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, and how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive did.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Moore will throw. Here comes the heat. Pulls it in on the left. They get him out of bounds. Couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. The short hands, it's low. He's down to the 38-yard line, and they can't stop the clock. The Ducks come to the line in the hurry-up. To the air on first down. Bringing the heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. They'll go back to the air on 2nd down. And his throw is incomplete. This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. Sends it downfield. A big-time catch along the sidelines. Got the foot down and an excellent throw, too. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Quarterback may change this route. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Got his man. And he'll run out of bounds just short of the goal line. Wanted to get it in, but couldn't quite get home. 1 more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Back to pass on 2nd down. Got it in the middle, it's Moore. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon!
And how about the aggressiveness? This coach says, I'm going for it. We're going to put 6 on the board, time ticking down, maybe be a little bit more conservative. I love the way they put the hammer down. Now they have the lead going into the half, an extra point away from a 7-point lead.
And the extra point makes it a 28-21 score. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, after seeing that, sign me up for another 2 quarters there in Eugene. And this has just been a passing clinic, really, by both offenses. They've effectively stretched these defenses, forcing the secondaries to cover every blade of grass, and they've still racked up big plays. Man or zone, pick your poison, or lay some blame at the feet of those pass rushers who can't do anything against the maulers on that offensive line. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Autzen Stadium.
So here comes the Michigan offense. Tight game as we start the 3rd quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement.
Turning it on! Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks for the 1st down.
And we've already seen this QB have success throwing the football down the field. How about the variety to his game? Now you run the option, you make the right read, get it to your pitch man where he can get upfield, get some extra yards. He's in the zone right now.
They'll move the wide receiver. Scanning the field, it's Underwood. Quick strike complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. After that last completion, it's 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
And those outside linebackers nowadays, they're so fast. They got to cover ground. You can blitz them off the edge, and they can get after quarterbacks. Versatile. That's why they're getting drafted so high in the NFL and getting paid all that money.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
Not a ton of play calls for 3rd and California when you're on offense. You know you're going to have your quarterback holding on to the football. You really got to think about how you're going to protect him. Offensive coordinator may want to think about using more max protect schemes, get more bodies in to give this quarterback a chance.
And the Wolverines will punt it away on 4th down. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. Fair catch is collected at the 24, and that's where they'll start this drive. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. The last time they had it, just an aerial assault. Precision execution, moved right down the field and put it in the end zone. Looking downfield on 1st down. Now he'll turn one loose back to the middle. Pulls in the deep ball. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
From the gun, running back gets to give. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Can't make the grab, and this offense, which has been brilliant this season on 3rd down, doesn't convert this time. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Grabbed in the middle. It's Casper.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Moore to the air. Makes the catch. It's Casper. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Ducks will line it up on 1st and 10. They'll give it to the back.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job of handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive points.
Leaves it with the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. He gives him a fresh set of downs, and this one will be 1st and goal from the 6. And the Ducks started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Been showing them the run, now they'll throw it. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
And this QB's had some success, man, throwing the football to the end zone. Like 3 touchdown passes today. Nice job by the defense responding, right? Don't give up more big plays. Understand he's going to be aggressive and take shots.
2nd down, he'll throw it. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line. Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. He's looking downfield to throw. Wide out trying to get in. Touchdown, Ducks! And they take it in for 6 more points. This guy's putting the Oregon offense on his shoulders, carrying them however you want, on the ground or through the air.
I mean, so fun to watch when you got a guy that can do this. And we've seen it with the Ducks in history, man. They've had some great ones that put their team on their shoulders. If you need me to run it, I'll run it. Throw it, I can do that too.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they stay on target with the extra point, up 35-21. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Big Ten action today. A couple of teams who have had this game circled on the calendar for some time. USC answered the bell away from the Coliseum today with an impressive victory. The Trojans knew the challenges awaiting them, and they met them head-on. Generally the mark of a really good team. Really unexpected outcome in this intriguing Big Ten matchup, and the type of loss, guys, that'll get the attention of even a good football team.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Give to the running back. Breaks into the open. Got the first down. Looking for more. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. The give to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
They feed him again. He's stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a 3rd and long. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. The screen, he's got wheels. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Wolverines will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. A high kick. Let's see if he can pin them back deep in their own end. Wants to return it. Slips through the line. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Moore will throw. Here's the pressure. And that deep shot's going to wind up incomplete, but we do have a flag on the field. Let's see what the official says. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. Looking left. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down a little bit.
To the air on 2nd down. Unloads it left. With the catch, it's Sticky. There he goes. Quick step and go. Touchdown, Oregon. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. Kickoff team is on the field, and we're ready to get this one underway. No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Dropping back, it's Underwood. Quickly complete. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain.
Here's here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel likely they're going to come back and win, but we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. It all starts with a big completion on a 2-minute drive. They'll get the momentum started in your direction.
He'll keep it himself. Running to Green. Breaks away on the left. And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Snagged in the middle. It's Marsh. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch.
Well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in them, and they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this game. They haven't had a lot of success.
Touchdown, Michigan! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, you know, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
On to attempt the try. Right down the middle. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Yeah, it's a bit of a surge, and he's knocked down after picking up 3 to the 26.
Well, the offense has the lead, and we call this 4-minute offense. This is a situation that teams around the country practice, having the lead late in the game and needing to ice it by running the football and throwing high-percentage passes.
Got it in the middle. It's Moore. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. The offense set for a 1st down play. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Gets it past the 1st down marker and still running. He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing, of course. This team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game. Running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
Grab behind the line. It's Casper. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Touch pass on the run. And look, this guy has some serious moves, and he tried all of them and still didn't get loose. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Ducks come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Smith wants to throw. He's got him. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets him a 1st at the 29.
Well, this defense has given up some big plays in this game so far, but they've got a lot of talent on that side of the football. Someone has to step up here, make a play, get a stop, and put their team in a position to win.
The Ducks getting set on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. He wants to throw it again. That's caught. It's Moore. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Ducks! Haul that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Wants to throw. It's Underwood. Catch in the middle. It's Priestcorn. And that is good versatility there, and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage.
Well, and here's the problem offensively, because you're trailing by so much. Late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Wants to throw on 3rd down. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And he reels it in inside the 30. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Wolverines!
Man, this is why you see tight ends featured in offenses now across college football. They're so pivotal because they're so big, so strong, can break tackles, and then can outrun people and get to the end zone. Big play by the big fella.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. Splits those uprights right in half. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, we've got a final in a game that just wrapped up here in the SEC. Oklahoma showed its toughness on the road and picked up a crucial victory. And every win counts, don't get me wrong, but the victories outside of the comforts of home can really serve as a springboard. An SEC clash and an impressive showing that could be a huge confidence builder for this program. Back to you.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Smith dropping to pass. Takes a hit as he fires. Caught over the middle. It's Green. And he takes it all the way down to the 10-yard line. An explosive play for this offense. Timeout called there by the defense. Desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. A great chance to put this game away with a score here on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Looking for the end zone. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Oregon! With that score, it looks as if this bunch is about to go 6-1. That one might have put the finishing touches on this game.
This one is over. Game, set, match. The defense had a chance to maybe kind of keep their team in it, but the offense said, take it to the locker room.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. Kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So here comes the Michigan offense. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, you're talking about.
Rush is on him. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Quickly to the tight end.
And this is not decision time. This offense, it's green light the rest of the game. Down multiple possessions, got to go for it on 4th down. Probably had that in mind. It's a little shorter 4th down, but this offense has got to stay fast-paced and got to make some explosive plays.
They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs. And this one is just about in the books. The defense can stop the clock one more time as the offense takes a knee. They get the